I'm at the shop today. It's Tuesday. The truck left for Laguna. We raced at Laguna this coming weekend. So the truck left Sunday morning at 5 a.m. Nevin and I worked Saturday, got the cars finished up, set up and loaded. And yeah, the truck left Sunday morning. I think I said this is Tuesday today. So I'm here at the shop. We're just trying to catch up with picking up, cleaning up a little bit, catching up on some of the work that we have. I just wanted to share a little bit. I don't think I've shared the new shop. We've been here for over a year now. But yeah, I wanted to share the shop and some stuff that I think maybe some of the Minis owners would be very beneficial for the care of their cars. A couple of things that we've been dealing with first and second generation Minis for the last couple of years, and I wanted to share that. But before, maybe I'll show you the shop a little bit. You can see the shop. I'm standing basically at the entrance here. Front door. Got a few of our trophies. Some of the drivers that we've had through the years in SRO. A few of the trophies. I think there's a TCA trophy. I don't know, third place. I don't know whose that is. And then my Baja 1000 win in 2014 trophy with a visor, helmet visor. That was a good race. Yeah, a couple of the race cars we've had through the years. The 3 TCR cars we ran in 19 and 20. The Minis in IMSA, and then some of the Minis in SRO. Daytona trophy there in the middle. Watkins Glen champagne bottle. I love the champagne bottles from Watkins Glen. They're huge. And then a few of the trophies. You know, I don't know if you guys know, but normally the trophies go to the drivers. So these are a handful of the trophies that the drivers have allowed us to keep. So yeah, a bunch of them. We've had a lot of success in the last 10 years of running Minis. And other cars too, other brands. We got all 5 of the Minis. We got 6 of them. The 37 TC Mini that Christian drove for the last couple of years should arrive today. It was out in DC for a mini event, and it was on display. I got a Select chassis bench. Not many race teams have this. This is normally some brands, certified collision centers have it, but we've had it for several years now, and we've fixed basically every car we've totaled. We've been able to fix thanks to the Select bench. We got a prototype back there that belongs to a friend of ours that, you know, tracks it at the local race track, Putnam. Next to our trophies, we have a classic Mini. It's a project car. We bought it last year, and we really haven't done anything with it, but I have a plan with it. We'll put it together, maybe go travel the US in it for a little bit, make it a rally car or something, race it, drive it, I don't know. Christian's Micro, it's a mini Sprint. It's kind of like a sprint car with a motorcycle engine, 600cc. A lot of fun, super fast. Christian's been building it for the last, I don't know, 6 months. It's almost done. He plans to run it here soon. Couple of Minis covered. Some projects that we have going on. Maybe we'll announce later in the year. Couple of cars from some friends of ours that track them. We also take care of some of the Miatas, friends of ours too, that race. We got Nevin. This is Mark's car. He had a little fender bender last event, and we're changing the quarter panel and the doors, and Nevin's finishing it. An old 280, friend of ours too. we're kind of restoring for him. Then my three VXs that we run in Sonora. We just got back from Sonora. That was a lot of fun. We were doing well half of the race, and then all three of us had some sort of issue that we really didn't complete the whole week. But man, we had a blast. Mexico, so much fun. The people there, the hospitality, the landscape is absolutely gorgeous. So much fun there. I know a lot of people think that Mexico is a problem, but it hasn't been for us. When we go there every year, a couple times a year, and just have such a good time. Here are a couple of minis that are in for repairs with engine issues. Maybe I'll talk about this here in a little bit, but well, I'll talk about it now. We got another Miata for Andy. Andy drives or has driven or raced the red Mini at Indy last year, and then a customer car with some damage that we're gonna fix. We're gonna put that on the select bench and fix it. We got a nice, cool Clubman. Yeah, that one's really good. We did some work to it. It's been tuned and super powerful, super fast. Yeah, I'll probably do that same thing to I have a 2013 Clubman that I'll lower. Anyway, these two cars here, I wanted to share with you guys the issues that have been going on the last few years with the second generation and first generation Minis. Now that they're getting older, we see a lot of timing chains, which has been one of the bigger issues on the cars. And then the other one, which we've been kind of doing some preventative maintenance, is the thermostat housing and crossover tube to the water pump on the second gens. So in the 2000s, most of the manufacturers made a lot of engine components in plastic. And through the years and the miles, the plastic starts to deteriorate, deform. And some of those items are made or used for the cooling system. Thermostat housings, crossover tubes, intake manifolds. You know, they still, today new cars still use plastic valve covers, which is crazy, right? Because of the temperatures and that they have to withstand. Well, with time, especially, you know, this plastic that's now 10, 15, 20 years old, you know, the plastic it wasn't as good back then as it is now. So that plastic is starting to deform, deteriorate, and a lot of the German cars, for sure, I haven't seen that much problems with, well, the Japanese didn't do that. So they stuck to the aluminum, the water pumps, and the thermostat housings are connected directly to the head. And on the Mini, the second generation Mini, the thermostat housing is quite complex, and it has a bunch of all the heater hoses coming to it. The thermostat, all the sensors are connected in, is made out of plastic. So with time, they start deforming and they start leaking, and then, or they break, and then all your water goes away, it overheats. By the time your gauge says anything, because there's no water in it, so it can't read temperature, you've overheated the engine, warped the head, and the engine's done, it's damaged. So here's a thermostat housing of a 2010, and you can see it's quite complex, right? This one came out of this engine, and it's a rat nest full of hoses and sensors. Anyway, this is made out of plastic, as you can see. And lately, before it happens to some of our friends, I've been replacing them. Now you can take it to your dealership and get it replaced for a new one, it'll be a little expensive. You got to take a lot apart to get to it, the part itself. Now, I've been replacing it with an aftermarket aluminum housing, and I can show you it right here. That's that same piece made out of a casting aluminum, but basically this is it right here. Right, so yeah, I suggest that if you haven't had an overheating issue, here's the crossover tube to the water pump made out of aluminum, custom made. This is not OE stuff. So you have two options: take it to the dealership and have it replaced with OE thermostat housing, or your local mechanic or us, we can replace it with an aftermarket aluminum one. The second big issue is the timing chain, right? Just with miles, the guides are made out of plastic, and they wear, break, and chain extends, and the valves touch, and you take out an engine. So if you have a second gen, first gen, second gen, and you're creeping up to the 100,000s, which probably is where you're at, over 100,000, and you haven't done a timing chain, I would do one. And especially if you plan to keep the car, and most Mini owners keep their cars forever. And so timing chain, and I would update your thermostat housing and crossover tube to either new one, another plastic one, or an aftermarket one, aluminum. I wanted to share that with you. Those are two must, especially for the cars that are still running and you plan to keep it and not have any issues. Talk to you guys later.